So this is day 0. Tomorrow I'll be biking down 90 Mile Beach. So, yeah, you might say, well, Lucas, what are your habits? You know, how have you applied these 13 habits to your life? And of course, the two major habits are reading and thinking. And so you might say, well, what do you read, Lucas? Well, I was greatly empowered by self-help books. And here are a whole set of self-help books by Napoleon Hill. And so, of course, his most famous book of all was Think and Grow Rich. Then the guy that inspired him to write Think and Grow Rich was Andrew Carnegie. And so here's all the conversations of Andrew Carnegie talking to Napoleon Hill and answering his questions. And then here we got Napoleon Hill's positive action plan. We've got Napoleon Hill's Succeed and Grow Rich Through Persuasion. We've got Napoleon Hill, The Master Key to Riches. We've got Napoleon Hill, The Best Of. So Success, The Best Of Napoleon Hill. So I got half a dozen books just by him, and he was the most amazing. Then what else has influenced you in this project, you might ask? And then of course, they are the shareholders' letters by Warren Buffett. And I've got every letter that he's ever written. And it's not just every letter, you can see I've colour-coded things and gone through and highlighted major points. You can see the highlights, just so that I could get ideas on, you know, how does Mr. Buffett think? The other kind of what else do you read, Lucas? Okay, well obviously I had to read Wonky Donkey, other kids' books. So I read lots of kids' books. At the moment we're thinking about doing another story, and so here I am researching Tuatara. So, you know, I've always got like my full quota of books that I can take out of the library. I've always got like 30 books and magazines out at once. I read a lot of trade journals. Time, Economist, computer magazines, anything that sort of relates to this project. Obviously, I read a lot about everything that's happening in the smart world, in the smartphones and in the tablets area. I read a lot about that to see where is this headed. You know, there's going to be 500 million smartphones shipped this year. And so how can we share our stories with children at a much lower cost per serving than traditional ways of publishing? I've been greatly influenced by Professor John Hattie, so I said to John, look, what 3 or 4 books do I need to read to understand how you think? He said, just buy my book, Visible Learning, a synthesis of over 800 meta-analysis relating to achievement, by Professor John Hattie. Then of course I've got 3 or 4 books on the go about how to use social media, launch. Then of course I'm reading things like all the different materials on financial literacy, and there's some great materials already out there on financial literacy. Of course they don't engage very well with preschoolers or primary school kids necessarily, some of these resources. They're for a little bit older kids, but they're still great resources. Then of course, because we're writing a novel, you know, Margaret Mahy, obviously we'd love to get someone like Margaret Mahy involved in this project, or Kate the Goldie, the 10 p.m. question. You know, so you have to read very, very widely, and that is the foundational habit that has got Mr. Warren Buffett to be one of the most successful people in America, because it's his thinking. You know, you can attract anything to yourself in your life if you just read and think. When you have a definite major purpose. Napoleon Hill talked about a definite major purpose, and if you then get the people around you who can help you achieve that definite major purpose. So of course one of the big things is to live your life with passion, to find what your passion is. and then support that passion with education, is invest in yourself, as Warren Buffett says on this coaster. That's from the University of Nebraska. The big thing you've got to invest in is education. And to have healthy habits, like every morning I like to start up the day, and every morning I always drink my tea with a spoon of Manuka honey in it. And yeah, what are the healthy habits? Look, I've been taking Max 1, and that is just totally amazing, gives you a huge amount of extra energy. And just today, as of today, I have started with CMD, concentrated mineral drops. And my brother, who's a great cycler, hello Biscuit, come on. My brother, who's a great cycler, he said to me, he just puts a few drops of CMD, concentrated mineral drops, into his water, drinking water every day. So I'll be having, well, probably 3 drops in each bottle, so probably about 7 or 8 drops of that per day. Then of course, what other habits, Lucas, have you been applying in this project? And a lot of time just thinking. Meditation. So on my iPad I have a lot of music, I have a lot of meditational music. Every morning and every night I meditate and I think about, well, what is the most important thing I have to do today? And obviously what Napoleon Hill talks about in his book Think and Grow Rich is to have a definite major purpose in your life. So you've got to have that written down. So this is my 4 pages of a written mission statement, and every morning and every night I do push-ups, I do sort of hula hoops and do exercise. I have no special equipment. The only equipment I have is my trusty dumbbells. I've got 2 of them, of course, but the pussycat's a bit important, so I'll just push 1. So that's the only, and I just put my feet up high on a chair on the bath and I do push-ups as I'm reading this mission statement, and I read it out loud with great passion. Here's my sister, Anna Marie. Keep walking. Yeah, so of course the next habit, apart from thinking, is to write things down, to have that to-do list every day. And I spoke with my friend Neville Gibson, and Neville said, look Lucas, you need to speak to these people, these are their names, at these banks. So BNZ, Westpac, FMA, the ANZ, the ASB, and he told me the names of all the people I should, so having that action list, you can see they're all ticked. I've spoken to all those people. Every day, just writing down what has been going on, the people you met, their names, phone numbers, just what occurred to you, that what you have to do, what the next issues are that you've got to resolve in your project. Now, just before I leave, the other person, of course, that has greatly influenced me is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and Benjamin Franklin, his 13 Virtues. So I've got the whole sort of series from Stephen Covey and the 7 Habits. And yeah, and so you've got to put a lot of reading into making your passion. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'm biking down 90 Mile Beach, so I've got to start packing, got to get the bike on the back, got to go.